Live from the Redneck Garage. Well, if you've been following the videos, you'll know that I'm in phase 1 of outside cleanup. And the first stage is to trim back the apple tree that's in the backyard. Well, after I looked at it and thought about how scrubby it was, and then apples fall down and you get flies during the summer and we don't ever eat the apples, I was just like, you know what? I think I'm going to cut this thing down. So I decided that I wanted a burn barrel, some kind of burn barrel. So I got online and I went to the Ace website and I went down to this Ace hardware store. It's a pretty good ways from my house, probably about 15 miles, only because their website said go pick it up here today. So I went down there to this exact Ace hardware store. Imagine my dissatisfaction when they said, oh yeah, we have one, but it's held for a customer. We special ordered it. And I said, well, on your website, it says that you have it in stock and pick it up today. And they're like, oh, are you sure? And I'm like, why would I drive here from Franklin, you know, a good long way? And they're like, oh, I'm really sorry about that. I don't know. I said, I guess you just need to fix your website. And he goes, well, I don't understand what you mean. I go, it says I can pick it up today. And he goes, oh, well, that's not right. And I go, oh, okay, so you need to fix your website. So they were completely lost on it. They said something about checking with corporate. So anyway, I was kind of PO'd about that, but I didn't leave my bad review because I kind of get how it's not their fault that the corporate has a piece of crap website, right? Ace Hardware. What do you expect? So I went down to Home Depot and I said, how hard could it frickin' be to buy a steel trash can and put some gosh darn holes in it? So that was my game plan. Now it's got holes. I'm going to see if I can get this thing to light up with a little charcoal lighter fluid rather than gasoline. I usually use gas, and that's always a fun time. But I'm going to pour a little lighter fluid in it. Let it sit for just a minute and then see if it'll light up. Awesome. So due to the fact that I was getting serious about cutting this whole tree down, and I got a couple other trees I need to cut down, went ahead and got the Milwaukee 18-volt chainsaw. Now I could have got the Ryobi because I've got the Ryobi lawnmower, but because Jerry, my friend from BS Corner, made fun of it, I'm going to see how this actually does and make a fool out of him. I tend to think he's got a little bit of tool envy myself. But so anyway, I'm going to unbox this and we're going to see how this thing works. But I'm super stoked about having a really nice 18-volt chainsaw to be able to whack this apple tree down and get it out of my paint jobs. Oh, there she is. And basically put in a battery and fill it with oil, some chain oil, and you're ready to start cutting. So I'm going to put some oil in it and we'll see how it does. Oh, it feels super powerful. Alright, I'm going to change it out with a higher capacity battery, see what happens. Okay, this is the high output 12.0, which is I think the biggest battery they have right now. Let's see how it does with that. Okay, so it's definitely a big difference with the higher capacity battery. For the small stuff, I think the regular battery would work, but I'll be using this battery to whack the rest of this tree down. Well, I made a good lick on it. Got a helper today. Say something, woman. Do you not talk? What's wrong?
I'm working.
She is not a mute. I know that. I've heard her talk. I've heard her yell. I've heard her yell at me.
That's not true.
That's not true? You've never yelled at me. Yeah, okay.
Why would I yell at you?
Huh?
Why would I yell at you?
Oh, I'm sure I gave you reason once in a while. Once, maybe once in my life I've given you reason. Maybe when I was sick. But other than that, I've been perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to work on this brush pile. Tree's getting smaller. Got to probably get up on a ladder and start trimming the top pieces out of that so it doesn't hit the house or the truck or the barn. But I'm happy with that. The burn can's somewhat of a mixed bag. I'm trying to, burn green wood. So it's got to get super hot for it to catch on fire. And so I've had to add extra wood in there to catch it on fire, which is kind of defeating of the purpose. I may just stack the big pieces and let them season out and then burn them in a fire pit or something later. But it works kinda, I would say. Alright, so I'm going to have a Ruby Redbird by Shinerbach, and it's kind of a fat man's beer, and I'll take what I can get right now. This tree has kicked my butt. My helper and I have been moving brush to the street where the city will come pick that up. I've been burning stuff as much as it will burn, and I've been thinking about my chainsaw, and I'd say this thing works like a champ. Now, the one thing that I would say, my friend Jerry from BS Corner said that he didn't like the saw, or one of his friends had one, he didn't like it, but what I would say is probably it was the battery. If you don't have a high output 18-volt battery and you're just using one of the regular 18-volt batteries, I had problems with it, but when I put the high output battery in, man, it went like a charm. The battery actually came with my table saw, so if you don't have one of the high output batteries and you just buy the tool only, you're probably going to have some issues with it. I didn't have any issues with it using this battery, so I'm really happy with it. I got more tree to cut down. Not much more to do on the videos of that. I'm just going to keep working on it because it doesn't get more exciting watching somebody cut a tree down. Next, we're going to be cleaning out this area. Try to get all that crap cleaned out. Where is Liam? That's what I want to know. Where is Liam? I haven't seen him. I need some helpers dragging these limbs and cleaning this stuff up. So that's the next thing on my agenda, is get this crap cleaned up back here so I can start moving stuff around for the inflatable spray booth. Come on, get to work, woman. I'm trying to keep her motivated. It's just a never-ending process with this, being the boss. Hey, she's trying to throw something at me. Huh. Keep watching. We'll see if we get this hole back here cleaned up enough where we can start painting something. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.